Hello and welcome to another review from Colour with Claire. Today I'm reviewing the brand new release from Hanna Karlzon. This is Smyckeskrinet, which translates to jewellery box. Now obviously this is the Swedish version and the English version comes out in August this year. Now this is Hanna's 5th colouring book, not counting her postcard books and the larger artist edition Till Salmons. So all 5 colouring books, which I've got here, are exactly the same size, shape and format as each other, and they each have a different pastel colour on the cover. They've all got this beautiful gold foiling to the front and on the spine as well, and also on the back. So they're all hard backed, and quality really is key, as we've seen time and time again with these European Scandinavian colouring books. So the book begins, as always, with its book belongs to page, which is here. And then we have the first illustrations, which are the gates and the key to begin this journey. Now, as you can see, I've coloured this page, but I'm really quite unhappy with how it turned out. I think I should have left it after I coloured the main key, but I really wanted to try and add a background of there being like a huge pile of standard keys, making this one really stick out. But the picture that I had in my head, it didn't quite work out so well in practice. So I'm actually considering blacking out the background completely and just letting this main key be the sole focus of the page. So there is a very loose story to this book, more like a distinct theme actually than a story, and that is the Edwardian era. So these illustrations are heavily influenced by this time period. So we're seeing loads of filigree, lots of decorative pattern, tons and tons of leafy florals as we're used to with Hanna. And as well as the stunning female portraits that we have seen time and time again from Hanna, we have loads of animals and insects, specifically focusing this time on cats and peacocks. So if you're wondering about colour palettes for this book, I would definitely research Edwardian furniture and style. You'll find that there is lots of fresh florals, pastel colours, and very prominent after the darker, more gothic Victorian era, lots of fresh, very bright colours. You can even look into the artisans of the period, like René Lalique with his glass pieces, Fabergé and Cartier for their beautiful jewellery as well. It definitely feels like a very different book to Hanna's previous works, but it's hard to put my finger on why that is. I think there's a lot more pattern and wallpaper type pages in this book. There's tons of lattice work and grill work, very in keeping of the period. And of course it's positively packed with jewels, gems, perfume bottles, trinket boxes, as per the book's title. This unfortunately means that there aren't as many full scenes as there have been in the past. And when I say scenes, I mean full pages with their own contained theme. For example, in the back here, we have these cats wandering through the foliage at night. So you'd be able to do a great background on this. There's also lots of different elements incorporated within the scene. But as I say, this particular book has quite a lack of those types of illustrations. And more standalone pieces that are sort of focused completely on those, whether that's people or insects or just whatever it is, those types of illustrations. It's certainly very, very detailed as well, but if you are a fan of the Edwardian style, like all the damask patterns and the metalwork, then this is definitely a book for you. So there are 96 pages in total, which is standard for Hanna's works. And we've got exactly the same paper stock too. If you haven't seen my previous reviews of Hanna's, I'll describe the paper as thick and smooth with an eggshell tone, so it's not completely white, which I think lends itself to the historical theme of the illustrations. So it's an ideal surface for coloured pencils because the tooth is quite flat, so you don't have to have lots of speckles and tooth to push into. Water-based markers don't bleed or they don't shadow on the reverse, as long as you're not too heavy-handed and staying in one place for a long time. The page that I coloured with the key at the start had everything thrown at it, so I used watercolour paints, gel pens, paint pens and loads more. And the only thing that slightly showed through on the other side was the black paint pens, but it's nothing so heavy that I couldn't easily cover it when I come to colour that page. So the book is selling for around £12, depending which European website you order it from. You'll also need to obviously factor in the shipping costs in your total price, depending on where you are in the world. But I'll be leaving all those links in the description for you to have a look at, as well as, of course, the pre-order link for the English version on Amazon. So we've come to the end of the book now. Just a few more illustrations. As I say, lots of these wallpaper type patterns. I love this night and day, yin and yang sort of illustration here. And then at the back we have a lovely thank you from Hanna. And I'd like to say thank you to Hanna for creating all of these beautiful colouring books for us. Very, very consistent in quality, and just so many of them. Just keep banging them out, it's brilliant. So thank you very much, Hanna, and thank you very much for watching my review. If you liked it, please think about clicking the thumbs up button, and of course subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of my reviews and tutorials. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you soon on Colour with Claire.